honored to welcome His Excellency JUMA Al Kait, Assistant Undersecretary for International Trade Affairs at the UAE Ministry of Economy. Your Excellency, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Errol. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to those joining from the UAE and China, and good afternoon to everyone in London. Thank you for inviting me to take part in this important event. It's a great privilege and honor be here with you today as we explore how we can push ahead with our efforts towards the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The UAE is committed to the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. We stand firm on our pledge of leaving no one behind in the journey towards a more equitable and prosperous future. We will commit $163 billion in renewable energy to help achieve it, understanding that it will lead to global economic gains of 26 trillion by 2030. The UAE has launched its strategy for talent attraction and retention, a 10-year holistic plan to facilitate immigration, enhance social insurance, and increase workforce flexibility and mobility. We are also upgrading our visa system to better attract and retain skilled professionals by offering new golden, green, freelance visas. This is part of our commitment to meet the United Nations 8th SDG goal. We need to redraw the global trade map, redefine alliances, and embrace new technologies to unlock the opportunities of digital trade. By having a sophisticated infrastructure that will enable business and traders to grow in the UAE and to expand into different markets. We want to position ourselves not regionally, but in a global level. We want to have the digital infrastructure ready for the new economy that will enable all people who are working in the financial sector and in the banking sector to operate, to protect them, and also to know their rights and responsibilities clearly in the laws and regulations. We are upgrading our laws and regulations, speak here, founded on the belief that each of us is to take action today for the good of tomorrow. I hope this session serves as a platform to address global challenges and enable us to build back better. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, thank you. Thank you for sharing with us in such an eloquent and open way. It is much appreciated, and I know that our community is very grateful for it. With that very eloquent discussion, we can now move on to a bit more of a back and forth between us and to sort of relay some of the questions that have been posed to you from the audience and to sort of, let's say, explore a little bit further some of those very interesting points that you have raised in your keynote. And this is one of the questions that I thought would be an interesting one to address with you is, what efforts and strategies are being developed to facilitate and enhance public-private collaboration?
We are proactive and we facilitate also the PPP, especially in renewable energy, since we're talking about SDGs. And I give the example of Abu Dhabi Masdar solar and wind projects across range of different countries are all conducted on public-private interface and initiatives. The regulatory framework of the UAE is a key catalyst for these endeavors. I would say Abu Dhabi and Dubai have laws that encourage and regulate public-private partnership, providing guarantees for local and international investors.
Question to you today, which is, could His Excellency speak to the issues surrounding women in positions of economic power within the UAE and how they plan to encourage women within this diversified economy?
So this is again a part of the SDGs, empowering women. I think that the UAE has achieved a lot on this through many different fields, into the government and into the private sector. If we see the number of businesswomen like working in the private sector, the number is increasing, enabling and empowering women into the government. We have a degree, issued a degree for all companies to have a female in their board. And also this is applied to all committees and boards on the government level.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for your honest and open response to a number of different questions that we've posed to you today.